Hey, it's the Blind Man Handyman, and I'm making a video on installing a water separator, a better one, on the Hypertherm 65. So this is where my existing air inlet is at. So let's take this one off. Here we go. Looks pretty easy. There we go. I got some dope that I use in automotive, sealant that I use. Works really good. I trust it. And anyway, let yourself a little space right there to work. So we've got that off. Now, here's a new filter. You can buy the filter and the guard separately, but you can also get a kit, which is the filter and the guard that comes with this fitting and stuff. So I'm going to use some of my dope there to put on the fitting so it don't leak. Better than Teflon tape, because Teflon tape can plug stuff up. A little bit there. A little bit there. And I gotta put some of my old fitting. Okay, we can stick this in the hole. Right there. Freshen up what's here. Probably have to wipe some of that off. I might have the fitting. Okay. I think I didn't get with a rag. 1 second. Can't edit, so sorry. There's a rag. Should have this first. Sorry. Part of the reason I wanted the rag because I need to feel up which way the arrow is on this. Here it is. So there's an arrow on this, and it's pretty easy to see because you can feel it. Direction is that way. So. Looks like there's lots of space here. You got to make sure you got the space to spin this. Okay, stuck on there first. Let's. Well, on that one pretty easy. I had trouble already just trying to put the screw in here. I did screw it on. Okay, that's good. Check the arrow again. Arrow's good. You know what? If I put it on here, my fitting here in first, it'll give me a focal point of spinning. Maybe it'll help me to keep it straighter. I'm using. I can still feel that with my hand, so it's all doing. It's all doing what it needs to do. So we just want to turn it till it's tight, straight up and down. I think one more turn should do it. Getting pretty tight there now. Down. Should be close. Now we'll tighten up our fitting here. Well, I didn't know it was going to stick off so far. Actually, I thought they'd have it on doing an elbow and turning to the right or something, but and going across the back. I didn't think they'd have it sticking like this. That's how I would have done it. But so let's check for air leaks before we do anything. Put it back together. Okay, here's our air line. I got 150 psi, so it's gonna leak. It's gonna leak. That's the maximum pressure for this machine. Let's wipe that fitting off, just in case I got any goo on there. Doesn't sound like there's any air leaks. Ooh, it's a kick back and a half. There you go. So by the looks of it, looks like we're going to change these screws out on the side. Screwdriver. They're Torx. I don't know what T they are, but I just know they're Torx. I think they probably give you longer ones. Let's see. So what I've got. Let's see what's in the bag here. Wrong bag. So I am just going to use the existing screws because the screws look exactly the same length. I guess just in case you lost some, how many got in here? There's a little tiny screw. What's that for? Okay. Figure out in a minute. Let's take all these screws out first. Maybe it's a screw there to support something. I wonder if it's a screwdriver orange. It is. It's my dad's old one. It feels like the orange one. If it is, it's been hanging around since I've been a little kid. I'd say it's a way to stiffen out the hose on the end there. Must be a screw or something in that piece. Well, there we go. Like that. I'm going to stick a screw in, so I'll try to figure out what the heck those little screws are for. Oops. Maybe that's why you got spare screws. For how many times you're going to drop it. It's alright if I try to get one hole in, it's not so bad. What do I do with a screwdriver? Pocket. Okay. I really like this company because they they show you how to do modifications. Now I heard that thing right there. Do modifications to your machine, like doing this air thing, and they give you a kit for it. It's really cool. And there's some other stuff, like if you want to use this for automation cutting, well, you can use it for automating cutting. And they have you take the top off, and most companies won't let you take the cover off. This company says, hey, take the cover off, check the outside. Pretty cool. Okay, so I have that on. I'm looking to see where those other screws go. We got a little window for a lever. Power switch is there. So let's look at the box of our screws again. I'm gonna get these gloves off now. It's only for the stinky stuff that I use for pipe sealing. It really stinks. So one screw, two screw, another one, another one. Okay, so we got two of these little ones. And we got four little ones. Wow. It honestly looks like you have a choice. You could go with these ones or these ones. I'm just going to go with the panhead ones that are originally on it. They seem all right to me. These have washers on it. It's not a Torx. Let's see if it's the Torx still. No, it's not a Torx. So I'm going to stick with what's on the machine, the Torx already. Sorry if you didn't see that camera. So there's two sets of screws you can put in there, but the screws that are in the machine here are the same as what's in this bag. I checked the length. So I'm just going to throw them in my tickle trunk in the bottom here with all this extra junk I got. And there's nothing wrong with it down there. Maybe someday I might find a reason for those screws. Maybe I lose one. Let's tighten this up now. So it really feels like the orange one. There's extra filtration to keep the water out and stuff. I honestly think they should have that on there from the beginning. They have one on the inside there for extra defense, but this one here is a finer filter for how much these cartridges are and stuff. This is pretty cheap. There we go. So now we've successfully installed. Oops. If you ever use this stuff, it's really stinky. So it makes the machine look a little bulkier. Let's check the cover on it. Let's run it for a second. Okay, let's get the cover. Where is the cover? Here's the cover. What did they make it in mine for the cover for that piece in the back? Yeah, let's try this way. I honestly don't think they had it in mind for the cover. It fit nice without the cover earlier. Alright. Well, fits better that way though. I guess the other ones are a bit higher maybe. 60, because this is for the same cover for the other ones. But keeps the dust off. So that's it for installing the extra filtration. Cool. Thanks for watching and subscribing.